Hello, welcome to July 25th. Can you tell I just came in from the outside and I went swimming and no makeup and summer's great. So what I want to say today is for the energies of July 25th, we have the sun in sextile to Mars. So Mars in Gemini is very much about quick ideas, quick thinking. I naturally have Mars in Gemini. It's in my first house in the whole sign houses. And it's going to bring in lots of quick things coming in, a lot of energy. It will bring in new information, new communication, all of those things. And then you have this beautiful energy of the sun in Leo, which is the sun's place. It's that enormous feeling of creativity. So there's so many things that your brain can get engaged in and then bring that creativity out. So I really got inspired to pick some different oracle cards for this particular reading. And it's Spirit of the Animal Oracle, Colette Baron Reed, her deck here. And just this whole back to nature feel that I got. And I think that's what's really important right now, to get ourselves in this grounded energy. And you do have Jupiter also in Gemini right now. Venus, I believe, is still, yes, in Leo. So, and that will be changing. So let's take a look at this energy, the underside of the deck. This is a pretty new deck. So okay, I can tell spirit is here because it says Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So while I was swimming, I had this dragonfly like constantly over me, zipping around and then zipping that way and zipping this way and this way. And for laps and laps, it was hanging around. And so the fact that this is the first thing that came out, I find really amusing. So it's like, oh, because I was like, okay, dragonfly, I get it. I'll look it up. I haven't yet, but I will. So I was like, okay, what is seeing a dragonfly? What is seeing a dragonfly? So then what is the bottom of the card? The bottom, the first thing I pull out. Don't even why, you don't know why you do these things. I'm like, oh, I'll just do, I didn't even know this was in this deck. So hello, we're going to get some messages. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, top of the deck. Ooh, owl spirit. I feel like there's two here, but these are very thick cards. You are seeing clearly now. Truth transcends illusion was a dragonfly, and you are seeing clearly now is the owl. 43, so it's a number 7. Dragonfly was a number 22 card. And to me, that is always about a teacher, right? Lots of teachers are going to be coming into our lives. Chameleon spirit, number 14. Act as if. Act as if, right? I kind of like that energy. And I feel like that's a Leo. There's, that they just have that energy of when they walk into the room, they're just all there, right? Um, and then we have cat spirit. Claim your independence. So, yeah, I like this energy of these cards. I do. I like these energy of these cards. Like I said, obviously spirit is showing up um to really get us in touch with those different animal elements of our lives. And truth is going to be coming in. There's going to be a lot of truth coming out. Mercury is at the end of Leo. It's right over my Uranus. This should be fun. So, what would be going on? Surprising news, probably for me, surprising news coming out. And then what else? There are a lot of things in those end degrees. And if you're talking that that this is in the N degrees of Leo. Yep, N degrees of Leo. Then that would be the N degrees of Aquarius. So that's interesting. And it will be, we're in the shadow of Mercury, and Mercury will be going into Virgo before it turns around and comes back into Leo. So anything at the end degrees of Leo and the beginning of Virgo is going to get a couple hits. This is Mercury retrograde. If you have any personal planets in those areas of your chart, Mercury hitting them 3 times is about lessons. So don't get all worried about the, Mercury in retro. It's more important to note if there's any personal planets, especially that it's going to be conjunct going back over. So let's take a look at this energy for July 25th. Ah, Dragon Spirit, 5 of Cups. Truth transcends illusion. In this 5 of Cups energy, it can be about disappointment, but I'm like, for this card, for me, it's always about she's not seeing everything. She's not seeing everything. She has this whole bigger bowl than all of these other 3 that are spilled right next to her, full of magic. Then she has this one swirling around, turning into magic. She's not paying any attention. The sky is beautiful. She could lay back and enjoy the stars. She's got this beautiful path behind her that she could follow. She has a lot of opportunity. She is just not keeping her eyes open to it. King of Pentacles. I want to pull another one. 9 of Wands. Sticking with it, because I feel like, and I do like the fact that this wolf, it looks more like a wolf than it does a dog, but that energy, more, I can't help myself. Yes. And I think this works out with this Gemini energy here, right? So you're going, you do have this initial energy of, what are your options, really? She's not looking at those options. Yes, there's disappointment. And then it's like, okay, let's do a rethink. Let's really sit down and think. Strategizing. This is someone who can go the distance, though. I mean, people that are in this 9 of Wands energy, they're like, okay, yeah, I've been through it, but I can go through things again. I mean, I stand ready. And this is Gemini, the Magician, which I feel is really in tune to this card here. That Gemini is going to bring out, because Mars is there and it's in that sextile to the sun, it's going to be bringing out a lot of information, a lot of new ideas. Lots and lots of new ideas are going to be available. And you need to take those ideas and work with them and then bring them to the forefront. We are going to be having a new moon in Leo on the 4th. And then immediately after that is the August 8th Lionsgate, which culminates at that time. It actually starts before and goes a little bit after, but it culminates on that day. So we have like a window of time, this gate period, and I'll get you more specifically the dates coming forward, but it's that opportunity to be doing things and creating things, especially with the sun in Leo, all about creativity. And with the Magician and the Mars and quick thinking, you'll have tons and tons of great ideas. So let's take a look. Tons and tons of great ideas. Like Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. Things are going to open up, I think. If you've had like brain fog or anything like that going on, this is going to open all that up. And underneath Chameleon Spirit, you have Page of Cups. One of the things that Leo also represents is childlike wonder and joy, right? Very much about being in the energy of really enjoying yourself. I mean, like I said, I was outside, went swimming, had fun, walked my dog. And then under cat spirit, claim your independence. Wow, to have this come out. Claim your independence. Do you really think she needs to be inside of this door? Not really. That's what it says to me. You know, she's waiting like this is the big person that is supposed to be giving her the go ahead, the decisions, and she doesn't need what's behind that door. She just doesn't know it yet, right? You know cats. It's like, what do they need humans for? Just feed me. And if I want to be friends with you, I will. But you feed me first. So what's next? 5 of Wands. Now, this is a bit chaotic energy because I think a lot of people aren't going to feel like they know what's going on and what they're doing. And I'm like, okay, then what I am thinking when I see this is then do something personally that actually accomplishes something, like the whole carry water, chop wood thing, which happens to be one of my now upcoming favorite phrases. Then if it doesn't make sense what other people around you are doing, don't do that. Like, okay, what do I need to do today that makes sense to me? And don't get caught up in all this other thing that's going on, whether they're training with, it's just like they're not all on the same page. And sometimes it's just like, okay, well, when you decide what the plan is, let me know. Otherwise, I've got some stuff to do myself, and I would like to get some of that accomplished, right? Center of the reading is Judgment. Center of the reading is Crossroads. Really look at what your dreams are. What are your dreams? This is Leo season that we are talking about. The sun is in Leo. It is so powerful right now. And with Mars in Gemini, there's not anything that you can't think up, that you can't make a plan for. Gemini is very good about researching and getting ideas, and Mars is just like quick, 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 right? And it's like seeing a way. And I love that it's this judgment is about seeing a dream, and that dream definitely can become a reality. We are talking different timelines here. The Tower, Uranus, and that falls under this 5 of Pentacles, under claim your independence. Tower. And astrologically, there's stuff going on with Pluto. What we saw during the 29-degree Capricorn full moon, that was a taste of what's going to be going on from September. I think it technically goes in on the 1st, backs up into Aquarius, then through like, I think November 17th, that it's in Capricorn. So there's going to be all kinds of weird stuff going on. I have no idea what it is, but a lot of things I think are going to be related to governmental things. If you have any planets or points at those end degrees of Capricorn, that 29-degree, if you have something maybe 28 or 27, you might feel it a bit. And Pluto is about transformation. So it's there for your greatest good, but it'll make a mess first. So what else do we have going on here? The Tower is Uranus, and Uranus is going to be going into retrograde. It's going to be backing up of that Algol and coming over it again in October and in April when it makes the final pass. And the other thing about Pluto is normally Pluto goes, when it's changing signs, it goes in and then it comes back, right? So this has gone in and out for like 3 times. It never normally does that. We're getting like an extra kick. So we don't really know what's going to happen. Knight of Pentacles, starting new seeds. And this is someone that's, it's about movement. It's about, you don't have to, I don't really think that you need to stay where you are. I think that you can go somewhere else and plant seeds. I think this is the opportunity that we're getting to be freed up of different things that were holding us in place, right? So if things are changing in your life, take the opportunity to do what you've always wanted to do, right? You can. Death and rebirth, Pluto. So Pluto is going to be making a big difference. Right now it's at 0 degrees of Aquarius, 0 degrees. Now, just a few days ago, Mars was at 0 degrees of Gemini. So it was in a trine to Pluto. This is death and rebirth. This is sometimes things are going to, I think this is kind of talking a little bit about what's going to be going on during September through November. Enjoy what's going on now. You need to be in that happier moment. You need to be pursuing your dreams. This is the time to pursue your dreams. Not kidding. Ten of Swords. If there's needs to be an ending, let there be an ending. This is falling underneath this Uranus card. This is falling underneath this 5 of Pentacles. But I don't feel like she needs what's behind door number 1, right? I think she can lead this and be fine. Claim your independence. This is all about claiming your independence and doing what you want and pursuing your dream. And I think that there's lots of opportunities out there. What advice do we have about opening up opportunities? What advice do we have about opening opportunities? I would like some volunteers, actually, if you don't mind. Sometimes, okay, well, Page of Wands. With whatever's going on, the best advice really is to live in the moment and enjoy it to the fullest. This is the energy of the sun in Leo. Enjoy it. Have a good time. This is summer for us in this hemisphere. And I know I have people, hello, that are in the southern hemisphere who are able to completely enjoy themselves, I know. But it's just a matter of realizing that there are things that you can go out and enjoy, that you enjoy, that will take you up into that higher level of your mind. And that's what Mars is doing in Gemini, making that really possible to let your thoughts completely be free and have idea after idea come in. And time will feel like it's moving a little bit quickly because Mars going through Gemini. It's very, very fast energy. And the sun is just having a great time in its favorite place. So that is really cool energy. And I did actually pick another different oracle. It's called the Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I want it, these are beautiful. Look at this. I just was like, because sometimes when I'm like, okay, how do I want to read? And then sometimes I started looking at the different oracle cards and it was like, yep, this one. And obviously it was the right one because the dragonfly showed up. And I'm like, okay, I still have to look up the dragonfly. But it's about independence. This reading is about independence. July 25th, 2 and a 5. It's a 7. It's spiritual. Think about it. Yeah, I'm a number 7 life path. So I'm like, okay, makes sense. All right. I will look at the bottom of the deck, see what we have. Travel. Yeah, I like that. I don't think anything opens up your mind as much as travel does. I mean, all respect to different kinds of learning, but there's something about going somewhere and really getting the flavor of a place and different customs in eating, the different foods, the just how they look at things in a different way. I mean, there's all kinds of there's there's different ways to eat during the day when you're over like in Italy or in some of the any or in Ireland, or there's just it's just different. It's like, okay, this is when we have a heavier meal, this is when we eat lighter, and this is when we go drink. So interesting. Great gratitude. This is consciousness. Consciousness. Being in the moment. Consciousness. You notice how those colors match too. This is good. Decrease, cycle. Everything works in cycles. So I really think that we're in this cycle of leveling up. I think that people that are on a higher timeline should not, you know, be involved in anger or in fear. I mean, use discernment. Like, it's like, okay, this is not worth arguing over, at least from my point of view. So I'll pass on this conversation. You know, and this is consciousness, a consciousness of lack. So many people have this as stuck energy that is blocking their manifestation. Now, there's a new moon in Leo, very creative. And then there is this 888 Lionsgate, very powerful for manifestation. And I think what you should work on is lack mentality, right? So live in joy and gratitude and live in the moment, right? I think this is probably the best advice right here. Live in joy and gratitude and have that Page of Wands energy. Like, okay, things are always working out for me. I have bountiful things come into my life that I'm grateful for. This is wonderful. This is great. I don't know how it could get any better. And the universe says, watch me. And that's what happens. So this is really great energy. And I think take advantage of that. It's that the gratitude and the living in the moment. And that keeps you on that higher vibe. And that's what brings things in, including people, right? So this is what I want you to take with you. Go out, enjoy, have a good time. Things are going to get weird. Don't worry about it. It'll straighten itself out eventually. And you're on a different timeline. You're in one that is like everything is always working out. So don't have fear. Be with a like-minded community. There's lots of people out there that you can connect with. And I'm involved with a lot of groups that you can connect with. So we're here to help, right? So I will see you tomorrow, and I want you to go out and enjoy whatever weather that you have. I'll see you tomorrow.